been thinking about learning English, and I'm just wondering, what did you do to learn Spanish? Can you tell me how you learned it? I'm just saying. I don't know what I'm doing. Now, I can answer that question for you, but are you looking for an easy answer? You mean that you had a lot of trouble and it was hard? Well, yeah, it takes a long time. And yeah, there were days I almost cried. So let me give you some tips on how I learned Spanish. Now, here's the first thing. I have a degree in Spanish, and to be honest, let me just be honest with you. I don't feel like that's where I learned Spanish from. I went to school there. I paid them my money, but I ended up just being proficient, which just means you can, read it and speak it a little. I wanted to be a fluent speaker. From there, I went volunteering. I was trying to speak as much as I could, but I was really kind of holding back. And if you know anything about anything in life, holding back on something that you truly desire is not going to get you to where you want to go. So I started looking for people online. Hey, ¿quieres practicar conmigo? Porque no tengo nadie. Sí. Ok, yo puedo practicar este sábado a las 9 por la mañana. ¿Estás interesado? When you are learning a language, you need to take some risk. You have to embarrass yourself. You have to be okay with embarrassing yourself. And you need to pick up a book. If adult books are hard for you in your different language, then it's time for you to pick up a kid's book and start reading it out loud. If you have children, this is a great way to build This is a great way to build their patience with other people, because when you sound horrible, kids don't like to hide their feelings. They'll tell you, woo, I got to go. So you'll keep working hard at reading just like this. Había una vez en los más profundo del mar un palacio donde vivía el rey del mar. So I have been practicing for almost 7 years. I'll tell you this story about when I went to Mexico for the summer and lived with the family. Guys, let me tell you, I couldn't put 2 sentences together. I took classes at a university, and I lived with the family, not able to really say how I felt. I wasn't able to say, what I really wanted to eat, what I really wanted to do. But I was in Mexico with my baby. I was riding buses, not really understanding how the culture worked. So I ended up lost one time for about 4 hours, had to ask the locals how to get myself home, and they didn't have streets. So I was like, okay, so there's a railroad tracks, there's a gas station on the left. I just knew a couple of words. Thank God that I met some kind people in Mexico, and I made it home with my daughter. And that's still a trip that I can still laugh about today, thank God. So you don't really actually have to take a trip to be fluent in a language or to become fluent. You can actually use a website called conversationexchange.com. And I want to tell you that you really need to be careful on this website, because there are a ton of people out there who are looking to date, prey on people. And so you just really need to make sure that you set your boundaries. Don't give out any personal information, and you will be just fine. I haven't met a bad person on that website. And when I say no, I mean no, and I don't budge from that. And it may feel uncomfortable, but I'm not telling anyone my personal information. The next thing that I did was I started trying to write in a journal. 1 second, I'll be right back. I'm back with my journal in Spanish. This is from 2017, and I have several journals where I've started practicing Spanish, just writing to myself how I feel. And if I did not know a word, I would still write the sentence, pick up my phone, and look up the word that I needed to find out using a dictionary, okay? And so sometimes Google Translate does not always translate correctly. So a website that I have found really helpful, that was recommended to me by a friend who lives in the Dominican Republic, very sweet lady. She recommended the DeepL Translator. Okay, so that would be another translator to use besides Google Translate. I think it's more accurate. Okay, so when you have your sentences ready and you're still confused about if it's right or not, when you see posts on Instagram, such as my own, I speak American English. So when you come to my Instagram page, send me some of those sentences that you are writing down and try to practice your English in my post. Don't shy away from actually using your English because you don't want to look bad, okay? So you don't want people to see your mistakes. That's going to keep you where you are. You want to move from here to there, right? So you got to take that risk on getting there, which means making a mistake and looking like a fool in front of everyone. To be honest with you, it really does not matter what you look like in front of other people. It's all in how you look at it. I see it as you're improving yourself and you're educating yourself. So you have to look at it from a different perspective. Let me know how you're learning your second language and maybe even your third language, because I'm learning Chinese as well. I know that some people say you have to know your why to learning the language, and that is definitely true. You need to know why you are learning the language so you can push through, because learning a different language is not easy. You're going to want to cry, give up, but be frustrated and throw your journal that you've been writing in. So this is my why. I want to teach people about God in their own language. And when I have told people about my mission, I've had some people laugh at me and tell me that it's not going to go anywhere. I've had people say all kinds of things and maybe shy away from me after I told them about what I'm doing. It's okay, because God will send the right people in my life to minister to if they want to learn about Christ. And he definitely has. My faith has grown because of the people that I have met in my life just from learning different languages, guys. I love what I'm doing. I hope this helps you out on having an idea about how I learned a language, and maybe you can take bits and pieces from it. Enjoy your journey, guys. Go in public, take a risk, speak another language to someone else. If you hear someone in public speaking your target language, the language that you want to learn, go ahead, take that step and speak it to them. It doesn't matter if they're going to be annoyed or not. You have to give it a try and see if they are going to be annoyed. They may appreciate you. So with that being said, I'll see you guys tomorrow. See ya.